Welcome to Cryptid Files. I'm your host, Paige Carter. In the heart of Louisiana, where the murky waters of the bayou meet the dense forests, a chill runs through the air despite the sweltering heat. The Spanish moss hanging from the ancient cypress trees sway gently in the breeze, casting eerie shadows on the murky water. Every rustle, every faint whisper of the wind carries with it a tale, a story that brings with it a shiver of fear, a story that has been passed down from generation to generation. The story of the Rougarou. The ancient Cajun folklore speaks of a creature that roams the swamps, fields, and forests of Louisiana. Half man, half beast, the Rougarou is a figure feared by many, a dreaded werewolf of the bayou. Its presence is often marked by a sudden, unnatural silence that blankets the surroundings and an eerie glow in the pitch-black darkness. The nocturnal choir of frogs and insects abruptly ceases. The moonlight reflecting off the swamp seems to dim, and the air grows heavy with a sense of foreboding. Something is lurking in the undergrowth, its eyes glowing like coals in the dark, watching, waiting. The legend of the Rougarou is deeply ingrained in the Cajun culture. It is a tale told to scare disobedient children, a story whispered among hunters around a campfire, a myth that has become a part of the very fabric of the Louisiana swamplands. The creature is said to be a person cursed to roam the night as a beast, forced to lurk in the shadows and hunt under the cover of darkness. The curse of the Rougarou is a potent one. It is said that those who cross paths with the creature and survive its attack find themselves burdened with the same fate. They morph into the beast themselves, doomed to wander the marshlands and forests, their humanity lost to the call of the wild. The only way to break the curse is to keep silent about the encounter for a full year and a day, a task that is easier said than done when terror has taken root in one's heart. The story of the Rougarou, like the bayous it is said to inhabit, is murky, filled with uncertainty and fear. It is a narrative that intertwines man's primal fear of the unknown with the dread of losing one's humanity. The creature lurks in the shadows of the Cajun psyche, a symbol of the darkness that lurks within us all, a chilling reminder of the beast that lies dormant, waiting for its moment to emerge. The legend of the Rougarou has deep roots in the history and culture of Louisiana, particularly within the Cajun community. The origins of the Rougarou, like many folk tales, are somewhat difficult to trace. Some scholars suggest that the story could have been brought to the region in the 18th century by French immigrants, who passed down the tales of the loup-garou, the French werewolf, to their descendants. The first recorded accounts of the Rougarou vary, but one of the earliest written references appears in the late 19th century. Local newspapers began reporting on sightings of a strange creature, described as a man with the head of a wolf or dog, prowling the swamps and forests at night. These reports spread fear throughout the community, but they also ignited a fascination with the unknown creature, causing the legend to spread rapidly. As the tale was passed from person to person, it began to evolve. The beast was said to be not just a creature, but a curse. Its victims, once bitten, would transform into the Rougarou themselves, doomed to roam the night in a monstrous form. The only remedy was silence. Victims had to refrain from speaking of their encounter for one full year to break the curse. This twist added a psychological element to the story, escalating the fear and fascination around the Rougarou. Over time, the Rougarou became a fixture in local lore, a cautionary tale used to instill fear in disobedient children or to explain unexplainable phenomena. If livestock went missing, or if an inexplicable sound echoed through the woods at night, the locals would whisper of the Rougarou. The legend served not only as a source of terror, but also as a tool for social control, reinforcing the importance of obedience and silence. The legend of the Rougarou continues to evolve even today, shaped by modern interpretations and retellings. It has been featured in various forms of media, from books and films to video games, further popularizing the creature beyond the Louisiana bayous. Despite the passage of time and the evolution of the story, the core elements remain the same: the rougarou is still a feared creature that lurks in the dark, a symbol of the primal dread of the unknown and the frightening potential for human transformation. Delving deeper into the lore, we find a myriad of eyewitness accounts, each contributing to the rich tapestry of the rougarou legend. Local residents, and even tourists, have reported sightings of the creature, describing it in vivid, chilling detail. These first-hand experiences provide a fascinating insight into the rougarou's appearance and behavior. One account comes from a man who was fishing in the bayou late one night. He claimed to have seen a large, hulking figure with glowing red eyes and sharp, predatory teeth. The creature's body was that of a man, but covered in thick, matted fur, its hands ending in lethal claws. As quickly as it appeared, it vanished into the swamp, leaving only a chilling growl echoing in the night air. Another account tells of an eerie encounter in the dead of night. A woman, returning home after visiting a neighbor, described hearing a low growl that made her blood run cold. She turned to see a wolf-like creature standing on its hind legs, its eyes reflecting the moonlight with a terrifying intensity. She ran home, the creature's fearsome howl echoing behind her. A common thread in these accounts is the profound fear and confusion they engender. The rougarou's presence seems to disrupt the normal flow of life, instilling a primal dread that lingers long after the creature has departed. The variations in these accounts reflect the diversity of the communities that tell them. Some portray the rougarou as a solitary hunter, prowling the swamps and bayous in search of prey. Others depict it as a vengeful spirit, punishing those who have broken societal norms or committed transgressions. In turn, these stories have shaped the local culture. In some areas, the rougarou is seen as a boogeyman figure used to ward off misbehavior. In others, it is respected, even revered, as a reminder of the power and mystery of the natural world. Regardless of the variations, the rougarou's impact on the community is undeniable. It fosters a sense of shared experience, a collective understanding of the world's hidden and inexplicable aspects. The whispers of sightings, the hushed retelling of encounters, all contribute to a regional folklore that unites individuals through shared fear and fascination. The rougarou is not merely a creature of legend. It's a living part of the local culture, a symbol of the unknown that lurks just beyond the edges of understanding. It is a testament to the power of storytelling and the enduring allure of the unexplained. As we delve further into the mystery of the rougarou, we come across numerous instances of purported physical evidence. Photos, footprints, and even alleged remains have surfaced over the years, all purporting to offer tangible proof of this Cajun werewolf. The most frequently encountered evidence are the footprints, unusually large canine-like tracks found in the mud or soft earth of the bayous, often accompanied by a foul, unusual odor. These tracks, some measuring more than 7 inches long, are much larger than those of any known local wildlife, leading many to attribute them to the rougarou. Photographic evidence, though rare, has also emerged. Grainy images of hulking bipedal figures, caught in the periphery of game cameras or hastily snapped by terrified witnesses. While the quality of these images often leaves much to be desired, the figures they depict are decidedly non-human, exhibiting a combination of humanoid and lupine traits. Just as intriguing are the audio recordings, eerie howls echoing through the night, unlike any known animal call. These sounds, captured on tape by amateur investigators and professional cryptozoologists alike, are truly chilling, and supporters claim they are the calls of the rougarou. Perhaps the most controversial evidence are the alleged remains. Bones, fur, and even a supposed rougarou skull have been found and presented as proof of the creature's existence. Skeletal remains, often larger and more robust than those of any known local species, have led to heated debates among cryptozoologists and skeptics. Investigations into the rougarou have been conducted by various individuals and groups over the years. Cryptozoologists, fascinated by the creature's place in local folklore, have conducted field studies, attempting to gather evidence and verify claims. Among the most notable are Dr. Jean Lafitte and Marie Delphine, both Louisiana natives with a keen interest in the region's unique cryptids. Lafitte, a renowned cryptozoologist, has spent decades studying the Rougarou, compiling reports, examining evidence, and even leading expeditions into the heart of the bayou. Delphine, a folklorist and amateur investigator, has focused on the cultural aspects of the Rougarou, documenting its influence on local customs and beliefs. Despite their best efforts, definitive proof of the Rougarou's existence remains elusive. However, the wealth of anecdotal evidence, combined with the tangible traces left behind, suggest that there may be more to the Rougarou legend than mere folklore. It serves as a tantalizing reminder that there are still mysteries lurking in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered. Taking into account the wealth of intriguing anecdotal evidence and tangible traces, it is important not to overlook the perspectives of skeptics and those who present alternative explanations for the phenomena attributed to the Rougarou. This includes the possibilities of hoaxes, misidentifications, and scientific insights that seek to explain the unexplainable. Hoaxes are a common occurrence in the realm of cryptozoology. The desire for notoriety, combined with the human penchant for trickery, has led to numerous fraudulent claims and fabricated evidence. In the case of the Rougarou, skeptics point to the grainy photographs, ambiguous audio recordings, and questionable physical remains as potential products of such hoaxes. Without definitive proof, they argue, these pieces of evidence can easily be manipulated or misinterpreted. Misidentification is another common explanation put forth by skeptics. The Louisiana bayou is home to a variety of wildlife that could potentially be mistaken for the Rougarou under the right circumstances. Large mammals such as black bears or wild boars could, in the dim light or obscured by vegetation, be mistaken for a more monstrous creature. The eerie howls attributed to the Rougarou could be the calls of coyotes or other nocturnal animals, distorted by the swamp's unique acoustics. From a scientific perspective, supporters of this theory argue that the human mind is prone to seeing patterns and familiar shapes where none exist, a phenomenon known as pareidolia. This psychological quirk could explain why a shadowy figure in the underbrush might be perceived as a werewolf-like creature rather than a more mundane animal. Another scientific argument revolves around the cultural aspect of the Rougarou legend. Psychologists and sociologists suggest that the Rougarou serves as a form of social control, a cautionary tale used to enforce societal norms and discourage undesirable behavior. The fear of transformation into a monstrous creature is a powerful deterrent, and such folklore is common in many cultures around the world. While these alternative explanations provide a rational perspective on the Rougarou legend, they do not necessarily disprove its existence. The bayou's dense vegetation and elusive wildlife create an environment ripe for mystery and exploration. The enigmatic howls echoing through the night, the inexplicable figures caught in fleeting glimpses, and the tangible traces left behind continue to fuel the debate around the Rougarou. Skeptics and believers alike must grapple with the unanswered questions and the tantalizing possibility that the Cajun werewolf might indeed roam the Louisiana swamps. Turning our attention to the official response to the Rougarou phenomenon, it's interesting to note the varying degrees of acknowledgement and dismissal from authorities and the media alike. Over the years, the legend of the Rougarou has oscillated between being an object of ridicule and a subject of serious inquiry. There are countless instances of local law enforcement having to respond to alleged Rougarou sightings. These range from panicked calls reporting a werewolf prowling the outskirts of a town to more disturbing accounts of mutilated livestock with the blame squarely laid on the mythical beast. These cases often end up classified as animal attacks or acts of vandalism, with the Rougarou label dismissed as local superstition. However, the existence of classified files relating to the Rougarou in government archives suggests a more complex picture. While the contents of these files remain undisclosed to the public, their mere presence raises questions about whether authorities have taken the legend more seriously than they let on. Could there be more to the Rougarou phenomenon than meets the eye? Media coverage of the Rougarou has been equally diverse. Sensationalist headlines and tabloid stories have often exploited the legend for its shock value, painting lurid pictures of a bloodthirsty werewolf terrorizing the bayou. On the other hand, reputable news outlets have occasionally delved into the folklore with a more balanced perspective, exploring the cultural significance of the Rougarou within the Cajun community. The Rougarou has also found its way into popular culture. Documentaries and reality TV shows have featured intrepid investigators braving the Louisiana swamps in search of the elusive beast. While these productions often lean heavily on spectacle and suspense, they have undoubtedly brought the Rougarou legend to a wider audience, further fueling the debate around its existence. In the end, the official response to the Rougarou remains largely shrouded in ambiguity and contradiction. The various authorities, from local law enforcement to federal agencies, maintain a veneer of skepticism while occasionally hinting at a more open-minded approach. The media, for its part, continues to oscillate between sensationalism and serious journalism. As ever, the Rougarou lurks in the shadows, a tantalizing enigma at the heart of Louisiana's rich cultural tapestry. The Rougarou, like many cryptids, shares striking similarities with creatures of legend from across the globe. These parallels hint at a collective subconscious, a shared wellspring of myth and folklore that transcends cultural boundaries and geographical borders. Consider the werewolf, a staple of European folklore. This creature, like the Rougarou, is a human cursed or bewitched into becoming a wolf-like beast. The werewolf's transformation is often linked to the lunar cycle, with the full moon triggering the metamorphosis. The Rougarou, too, is believed to transform under certain conditions, though Cajun legends diverge on the precise circumstances. Across the Atlantic, in West Africa, there exists a creature known as the skinwalker, a shapeshifter akin to the Rougarou. According to local beliefs, a skinwalker is a witch capable of taking animal forms, often nocturnal predators like wolves or hyenas. The parallels with the Rougarou are evident: the transformation, the nocturnal behavior, the association with evil. In Native American lore, there are tales of the Wendigo, a monstrous entity associated with insatiable hunger and the harsh winter months. Described as a gaunt, wolf-like creature, the Wendigo is said to have once been human, but transformed by a curse or by engaging in cannibalism. The Rougarou, with its lupine features and its rumored human origins, echoes these Wendigo legends. In the Far East, Japanese folklore speaks of the kitsune, a fox spirit capable of transforming into a human. While not as menacing as the Rougarou, the kitsune shares its shape-shifting ability, highlighting a recurring theme in global folklore. It's fascinating to consider how these tales of transformation, of man becoming beast, have echoed through time and across cultures. They tap into primal fears and age-old taboos, serving as cautionary tales and moral fables. The Rougarou, with its roots deep in Cajun culture, is a part of this global tapestry of myth and legend. It is a creature born of the bayou, yet its story resonates with ancient narratives from around the world. The question that remains: is the Rougarou merely a product of human imagination, a manifestation of our deepest fears? Or could it be, as some believe, evidence of a hidden reality, a glimpse into a world that exists just beyond our understanding? This question, like the Rougarou itself, continues to haunt the swamps of Louisiana, a riddle whispered on the bayou breeze. In the age of technology, the hunt for the elusive Rougarou has taken on a new dimension. With the advent of drones, trail cameras, and digital media, the search for this mythical creature has moved beyond local folklore and into the realm of viral sensations. In recent years, numerous accounts have emerged from the heart of Louisiana, detailing encounters with a creature resembling the legendary Rougarou. These eyewitness testimonies, often accompanied by grainy footage or blurred photographs, have fueled online discussions and debates. One notable instance occurred in 2014 when a grainy video surfaced online purporting to show a large wolf-like creature moving through the swamps of Louisiana. The creature in the video moved with an uncanny bipedal gait, its eyes reflecting an eerie glow. The video quickly went viral, with many proclaiming it as definitive proof of the Rougarou's existence. Another intriguing piece of evidence was captured by a hunter's trail camera in 2016. The nocturnal image revealed an indistinct figure, tall and hunched, with wolf-like features. The image was analyzed by several cryptozoologists, who remained divided on its authenticity. Some argued it was a clever hoax, while others believed it could be a genuine photograph of the Rougarou. The proliferation of drones has also opened new avenues in the search for the Rougarou. In 2018, a drone operator claimed to have captured aerial footage of an unusual creature prowling through the Louisiana swamplands. The footage, though grainy and somewhat obscured by the dense foliage, stirred up a storm of speculation among cryptozoology enthusiasts. These incidents, while inconclusive, have sparked a resurgence of interest in the Rougarou. Modern technology has provided the tools to delve deeper into the swamps, to probe the shadows, and to capture images from the skies above. This technology has given a new life to the legend, transforming the Rougarou from a cautionary tale whispered on the bayou breeze to a digital enigma dissected on internet forums. Yet, with every new piece of evidence, with every viral video and trail camera image, the mystery only deepens. Is the Rougarou a tangible entity, a creature lurking in the swamps of Louisiana? Or is it a spectral manifestation of our primal fears, continually reinvented by the human imagination? The answer, as elusive as the Rougarou itself, remains shrouded in the mists of the bayou. The allure of cryptid stories like the Rougarou extends beyond mere fascination with the unknown. Cryptids, in many ways, serve as mirrors reflecting our deepest fears, anxieties, and subconscious desires. They symbolize the primal dread of the unknown, the fear of the dark, and the ambiguity of the wilderness. They embody the human fear of the uncontrollable, the unpredictable, and the unfamiliar. The Rougarou, as a cryptid, is a manifestation of these fears. Its very existence defies the laws of nature as we understand them. It lives in the shadows, in places that are hard to reach, and its appearance is as terrifying as it is mysterious. It is the embodiment of the unknown, the unexplainable, the wild, and the dangerous. At a deeper level, the Rougarou also represents the duality of human nature. The transformation from human to beast reflects our deep-seated anxieties about our own potential for savagery and violence. It underscores the constant struggle between our rational selves and our more instinctual, animalistic impulses. In Cajun folklore, the Rougarou serves as an instrument of social control, a deterrent against breaking societal norms and moral codes. It is a symbol of punishment, a warning of the dire consequences of transgression. The threat of transformation into a beast serves to keep individuals in line, to maintain social order and harmony. And yet, despite the fear and dread it inspires, the Rougarou also holds a certain allure. There's a thrill in the chase, a fascination with the hunt. The Rougarou, as an elusive, almost unattainable target, becomes a symbol of conquest, of man's desire to unravel the mysteries of the universe, to tame the wild, to master the unknown. Cryptids like the Rougarou also satisfy our innate desire for narrative, for stories that stimulate our imagination, for tales that blur the boundaries between reality and fantasy. They serve as reminders of our cultural heritage, of our shared fears and hopes, of our collective identity. The Rougarou, as a creature of Cajun folklore, is not merely a beast lurking in the swamps. It is a symbol of Cajun resilience, of their intimate connection with the land, of their unique cultural identity. In the end, the Rougarou, much like other cryptids, is a product of human imagination. It is a creature born out of our fears and anxieties, our hopes and desires. It is a symbol of the unknown, the unexplainable, the wild, and the dangerous. And it is this very ambiguity, this blurring of reality and fantasy, that makes the legend of the Rougarou so captivating, so enduring, and so deeply embedded in our collective consciousness. The Rougarou, then, in its beguiling mystery and its captivating lore, poses a mirror to humanity's relationship with the unknown. It is an embodiment of our collective curiosity, our inherent fear, and our unyielding determination to probe the unexplained, to conquer the wild, and to master the unfathomable. The legend of the Rougarou, in its enduring allure, is a testament to our unquenchable thirst for narratives that stretch the realms of possibility and blur the lines between the real and the fantastical. The Rougarou also highlights the delicate, often blurred line between belief and evidence. The existence of the creature remains unproven, with no conclusive evidence to confirm or refute its presence in the swamps of Louisiana. Yet, the belief in the Rougarou persists, passed down through generations, fueled by eyewitness accounts, whispered stories, and the indelible mark it has left on Cajun culture. It brings into sharp focus the power of belief, of collective memory, of cultural lore in shaping our understanding of the world and our place in it. In the absence of definitive evidence, belief becomes a potent force, filling the gaps in our knowledge, fueling our imagination, and giving shape to our deepest fears and desires. It is the belief in the Rougarou, more than any empirical evidence, that gives the creature its power, its potency, its enduring relevance. The persistence of the Rougarou legend, despite the march of science and the advent of rational thought, also underscores the enduring appeal of the mysterious, the unexplained, the fantastical. It is a testament to our innate fascination with the unknown, our collective desire to unravel the mysteries of the universe, to understand the inexplicable, to make sense of the unfathomable. In this sense, the Rougarou is more than just a mythical creature. It is a symbol of our eternal quest for knowledge, our unending pursuit of truth, our dogged determination to decipher the enigma that is the world around us. The legend of the Rougarou, like all enduring myths and folklore, provides us with a glimpse into the human psyche, into our collective fears and desires, into our relationship with the unknown. It reminds us of the power of belief, of the unshakable grip of cultural lore, of the enduring allure of the mysterious and the unexplained. It is a testament to our capacity for imagination, for narrative, for myth-making. And perhaps, most importantly, it underscores our relentless quest for understanding, our unyielding desire to make sense of the world and our place in it. The tale of the Rougarou continues to resonate, refusing to fade into oblivion, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown and the undying allure of mystery. Thanks for listening. This has been Cryptid Files. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.